The world of Gears of War has many impactful and hard-hitting moments in its lore. Many of the characters in the universe have darker sides, horrible pasts, and other feelings of sorrow. So as always, I'm your host Abz, and here are 5 sad facts in Gears of War lore. Number 1. Myrrah's childhood. Myrrah was born to an Emotion miner during the early Pendulum War era. They lived in an Emotion township, and her father and many other miners began to suffer from the fatal respiratory condition which was known as Rustlung. The Emotion miners' children later became afflicted with this disease and exhibited notable birth defects, although Myrrah did not display any signs of complications. In fact, she had a unique immunity to emotion. As a child, she had traits of selflessness, nurturing, as well as sacrifice. So, as she was aware of her unique immunity, she wanted to help the scientists to find a cure for the other sick children with Rustlung. But little did young Myrrah know that the scientists' intentions were very, very gruesome and sinister. Number 2. Cole's darker side. Augustus Cole, the Cole Train, has always been known to be highly energetic and enthusiastic, always amping up the people around him, lifting up the spirits of the fellow Gears, and instilling confidence in them. The Cole Train is the ultimate team player. However, Augustus Cole has a darker side. Every night, Cole writes a letter to his dead mother, saying all the things that he could not tell her in life, a custom that was actually practiced by many Gears. But this shows the softer and more vulnerable side to Cole. During Gears of War 2 in Operation Hollow Storm, when Delta Squad reached the Hollow through Mount Kadar in the Centaur, they found a group of stranded who tried to seek refuge in the Hollow. Marcus ordered Baird and Cole to take them back up to the surface in the Centaur. Meanwhile, Marcus and Dom went deeper into the Hollow to locate Nexus, while also trying to find Maria. As Cole and Baird went back up to the surface, Cole wrote another letter to his mother, talking about how there's hope of the war ending on that day, and how the day had panned out thus far. He would always write letters to his late mother, and it helped to keep him going. The Cole Train is an unstoppable force, and a wrecking machine, but underneath that, he has suffered a lot, and he misses his loved ones, who were killed by the Locust Horde. Number 3. Alicia Valera's brother. You may remember Alicia Valera from Gears of War 3's DLC, Ra'am's Shadow, during the sinking of Alima City in the Gears timeline. Well, Alicia had a younger brother. 9 years after Emergence Day, Alicia told Barrick that she had a younger brother, and at that time, he was 1 year too young to join the COG army, so we can assume he was about 17 years old at the time. She said she was worried that he had to join during the Locust War, but Barrick assured her that he would be fine because he had his older sister to watch over him. But unfortunately, Alicia Valera died at the hands of General Ra'am, so she was unable to see her brother become a Gear 1 year later. But what is even sadder is that her brother, who we don't know the name of, also died during the Locust War, but he died 5 years after his sister, which was during the events of Operation Hollow Storm. Alicia's brother died at just 22 years old. Number 4. Jace Stratton's past. Jace was just a child on Emergence Day. He witnessed his parents and his brother getting shot by the Locust, while he hid in a closet, clinging on to his teddy. He then held his dying brother in his arms, until he passed, crying the whole time. Shortly after, when the surrounding Locusts were killed by Gears, he became buried under a pile of debris, but he was saved by several people, including Dr. Gregory Wizen, a child psychologist and educator who managed to pull the debris off him and took him to safety. He would later be considered as Jason's adoptive father because they developed a close relationship, as Jace was brought to the orphanage, which was known as the Children's School of Hope. This was where Jace made his new home as a young child, along with other orphans in Alima City. Number 5. Sam's feelings for Dom. After Operation Hollow Storm in Gears 2, the cog moved to the island of Vectus, and during this time, Samantha Burns spent a lot of time with Dom in terms of patrols, defusing stranded crowds, and so on. Dom even went to Sam to ask her to modify his Myrrah tattoo. He wanted something to mark that Myrrah was gone, and so Sam transformed it by marking an angel cradling Myrrah's name. Dom was really pleased with Sam with how the tattoo turned out, and during this time, Sam began to develop feelings for Dom and hoped that he was able to reciprocate the same feelings, and that he was able to move on from what happened with Myrrah and try to start again. There was one time where the two of them were delivering food to citizens. When they reached the drop-off point, Sam gave the food out to the civilians, while Dom unloaded the truck, and she joked around with the civilians. One of the women in the crowd joked around and thought Sam and Dom were a couple. The crowd laughed, but Dom was embarrassed. Sam was hoping that he would have had something positive to say about it, but he didn't. Ultimately, although Dom saw good qualities in Sam, he could not get over the deaths of Myrrah and his children. He blamed himself, and it caused his slow demise. And of course Sam was also heartbroken when Dom had lost his life. So that, my friends, are 5 sad facts in Gears of War lore. Drop a like if you enjoyed this lore video, subscribe for more similar content like this, and I'll leave a link at the top right of the screen if you want to watch my other lore videos as well. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.